intimate group here today, judging by numbers. I'm not sure whether people's workloads have exploded all of a sudden this morning, but my name's Eloise King. I'm the Customer Experience Manager for Charter Hall, and these Wellness Wednesday events run every week on a Wednesday, not a Tuesday. It's great to see you guys here. Today we're really fortunate to have Kaja, who is the yoga teacher here on a Tuesday. You can see a few yogis in the audience as well. So if you haven't done one of her classes, I really encourage you to come along on a Tuesday at 12 o'clock because they are fantastic classes that really re-energise you for your afternoon. Kaja has been practicing yoga for 25 years. She's been teaching for the last 7 years. She is teaching up at the Reserve Bank of Australia and also introduced the mindfulness program there. And she's also one of the senior teachers at Yoga by the Sea over at Bondi Icebergs. So without further ado, I'm just going to hand the mic over and she's going to teach us all about the 7 chakras and the chakra system. As I just said in my little blurb, some people think this is vital information for health and happiness. Other people think it's BS. So I invite you to make up your own mind today after you hear what Kaja has to say about it.
Okay.
And let's give her a round.
Thank you. So, the chakras. I discovered yoga and the chakra system when I was a 15-year-old with depression and anxiety. And discovering yoga and this system enabled me to take control of my health and I believe my life. I'm a creative type, so colours, spirituality and all that energetic part of life inspires me and really interests me. And I've been working with chakras since I'm 15 and I'm 40 now. So I incorporated it into my yoga and meditation teachings. Again, I'm here on Tuesday at lunch and Thursday. And if you're here tomorrow, pop along for the chakra meditation. But it's changed my life. So chakras have been around since ancient times. So it's a Hindu and Buddhist philosophy and idea, concept. Do any of you know what they are or have a rough idea yourself? Yes? Sort of? The throat chakra. You've got a fair idea. Okay, so I'm not trying to sell you anything, I'm not trying to convert you. I don't have a steak and knife set to the side under here. I know that some of you do though, a nice wooden eco-friendly fork set. So yeah, enjoy your lunch and enjoy what I've merely got to share with you, an interest and a passion of mine and something that I teach, I like to share. So what on earth are chakras? So it originates from the Sanskrit word which means wheel. So it's literally an energy centre within the human body that helps to regulate all its process from organ function to the immune system and emotions. We have 7 chakras positioned throughout our body, starting from the base of the spine up to the crown of the head. So each chakra has its own vibrational frequency that is depicted through a specific chakra colour. And each chakra governs specific functions that help make us, well, human. I must say I have met a few aliens around here lately, but most of us are pretty much human, and that's what makes us human, the chakra system. So, I can see all of you without judgment, that most of you are quite cerebral, so hopefully this might help you understand the system a little bit better. So let's go to psychology. So Abraham Maslow, a psychologist, wrote on the connection between chakras and the human experience in his 1943 paper, A Theory of Human Motivation, in his psychological review. So according to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, one must satisfy the lower level basic needs that you can see in the pyramid here. So the 7 chakras, which I'm about to introduce you to, correspond with the needs shown in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So have a good look at the pyramid. It's not in the same order as the chakra system, but basically correlates to a few of the different chakras, their needs and function. So let's explore the chakras. So energetically and physically, you can see the different areas of the body. So the flow of energy is usually starting from the base, but it can start from the crown as well. But most therapists and yogis like to work with the chakra system from the base. Again, a flow of energy from the base. So we start at the root chakra, which is the colour red, which is all about trust and our connection to the earth. The second chakra is the sacral chakra, which is connected to our sexuality and creativity. It's also connected to the womb space within women and our lower abdomen, the dantian or the hara, the sacral chakra. So the third chakra in between the sacral, the lower abdomen and the heart is the solar plexus. That is the colour yellow. That's all about our personal power and our inner wisdom, gut instinct. Then we go up to the heart, so within the chest, that's the colour green, and that is connected to love, compassion and healing. Then we go up to the throat, the colour blue, which is all about communication, self-expression and judgment. Then we rise up to the third eye chakra, the colour indigo, in between the eyebrows, our mind's eye, and that's all about intuition and awareness. And then we rise up to the crown, literally on top of our head like a crown, the colour violet, and that is all about spirituality, our connection to the higher consciousness, God, the divine, universal energy. If you believe in a higher power, have faith, that's what it's basically all about. So let's talk about the chakras in a bit more detail. So let's go back to the base, back to the roots, the root chakra. In Sanskrit, it's pronounced Muladhara. So it's our connection to the earth element, and it's connected and associated with feelings of safety and grounding. Again, it's at the base and is all about our foundation and connection and expansion of life itself. So it supports us in growth and feeling safe and secure in all aspects of our life. It's also related to our feelings of survival and safety. And again, connected to the base, the colour red. The physical organs it's connected to is the perineum. It's connected to the feet, legs, bones, large intestine and adrenal glands. So if we ever have a blocked or insufficient base chakra, it can often manifest itself in physical problems such as leg problems, hip problems. I know you're eating, but any issues in regards to constipation, outflow, diarrhea. Anything physically connected to the base is usually indicative of a blocked or inefficient base chakra. And most of us that work in the corporate world, that are on computers, in front of a screen, that are up in our heads, often are physically actually out of our bodies. That's why exercise, connecting to nature, walking and grounding is so important. Where I work Monday to Friday up at the Reserve Bank, I often see some of my colleagues just walking around a little spaced out when they're not in front of their computers. And it's like, come back down to earth, get outside, go into the botanical gardens, ground your energy, get back in your body, take your shoes off, feel your feet planted into the earth, ground your energy. This particular chakra is important for all of us because most of us are out of our bodies and just too much into our heads. And if we have a weak or inefficient base chakra, it affects all of the chakras. So get back to the base, get back to basics. All right, moving on to the sacral chakra. In Sanskrit, Spadhisthana. It's associated with the emotional body, sensuality and our creativity. The energy is characterized by flow and flexibility. And its function is directed by the principle of pleasure. It's the center of our feelings and desires and, again, our sexuality. And the driving force is all about pleasure, the enjoyment of life through the senses. So blockages here can manifest in being over-emotional, frigid, and addicts, especially sex addicts, will often have an overactive or blocked chakra. Weight gain can be associated with an overactive or a blocked chakra because it's connected to, of course, pleasure. Are you enjoying your lunch, by the way? Okay, so the organs associated with the sacral chakra, if there are any blockages, the kidneys, lower abdomen, the bladder, circulatory system, and the reproductive organs and glands. So any blockages in this chakra can manifest in physical problems in those particular organs, especially the kidneys. Being emotional, being pissed off can often manifest in urinary tract problems, kidney problems. Yeah, you can imagine the rest. Let's not go there, we're eating lunch. Okay, so the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura chakra. So this is connected to our expression of our willpower, personal power, and our mental abilities. It's our ability to be confident and in control of our lives. Feelings of confidence, self-esteem and sensitivity, as well as ambition and ability to achieve are stored here. So again, it's connected in between the heart and the lower abdomen. And it's also connected to the digestive system, muscles, pancreas and adrenals. And its main function is to help transform matter into energy and fuel for your body. So people with a nice, healthy and active solar plexus chakra are full of confidence. They've got strong willpower and personal power. For people that have an overactive solar plexus, that can manifest in bullying, putting down others to gain power for themselves. People that are low in confidence, that are a little bit low in self-esteem, usually have blocked solar plexus and low personal power. So that's the manifestation there. Right, moving up to the heart, my favorite, the Anahata chakra. So this again is green and it's connected to the idea and feeling of compassion, love and beauty. It's driven by the principles of transformation and integration, and it bridges our earthly and spiritual aspirations. So it also aids in deep connection with others and the appreciation of beauty. And the Asians say that it's the seat of the soul, the heart chakra. Okay, again, it's located at the chest, your actual heart. It's connected to the lungs, cardiac system, and even the arms and immune system regulation. So if you're really run down, if your immune system's out of whack, it probably is a deficient heart chakra, heart center. Unfortunately, anorexics or people that have low self-worth hate themselves and actually hate themselves so much they want to leave the physical plane by starving themselves. They often suffer deficient and blocked heart chakras. People that are mean, that have no compassion, that have no empathy, usually have a low or blocked heart center. Moving up to the throat, Vishuddha chakra. So this is all about the passage of energy between the lower parts of the body and the head. So its function is driven by the principle of self-expression, judgment and communication. It's all about our ability to communicate. It's all about self-expression and feelings of the truth, speaking our truth, located at the throat. It's also connected to the neck, shoulders, arms, hands, thyroid and parathyroid glands. So has anybody suffered from a sore throat? Oh yeah, we all have. Well, apart from being run down and maybe having a weakened immune system, maybe heart chakra related issues, often if you have a blocked throat or an itchy throat, think about where you need to speak up in your life. Often a blocked throat chakra is connected to the inability to communicate or share something, speak your truth, stand your ground. And there are also people like me that often have an overactive throat chakra and just say it how it is and suffer from being blunt and a little bit outspoken. And again, the colour is blue. So if you have an inefficient throat chakra, wear or eat a bit more blue. But we'll get more onto the healing part of the chakras in a moment. So moving on to the third eye chakra, the Ajna chakra. That's all about our ability to focus and see the bigger picture. It's the center of our intuition, inner vision, wisdom, manifestation and foresight. It's driven by the principle of openness and imagination. It's a center where we transcend duality, the duality of a personal I, separate from the rest of the world. And again, it's located in between the eyebrows, the mind's eye, located behind the eyes in the middle of the head. So blockages here can manifest in headaches, mental rigidity, selective memory and depression. Okay, last but not least, the crown chakra, Sahasrara. I should have said this in Oka, it's a lot more entertaining speaking Sanskrit in Oka, but I've finished for now. So this is all about giving access to the higher states of consciousness, our connection to the higher consciousness as we open to what is beyond our personal preoccupations and visions, that higher force, that connection to the divine, the universe. It represents our ability to be fully connected spiritually. It's associated with the transcendence of our limitations, whether they are personal or bound to space and time, and this chakra allows access to the utmost clarity and enlightened wisdom. So it's also connected to the brain, pituitary gland, and the whole entire nervous system. It's also concerned with information, understanding, and acceptance of bliss. Again, it's our connection to God, the divine, personal destiny, and collective consciousness. So healing the chakras. I mentioned about, some of the blockages that may manifest in itself, the connections to the physical, the colours and the areas. But the state of our chakra is impacted by life experiences. It's as if our experiences imprint energetic patterns into the chakras and influence the way that they work. So negative experiences have a particular strong impact as they often result in raising defences, translating in suppression or contraction of the energy flowing through the chakras. And the way we live also has an impact, especially when we take time to connect to a natural rhythm and earth element. So spending your days sitting at a desk or on a computer may translate into having very sparse energy in the first two chakras that I mentioned earlier, which limits our important supply to grounding and for the whole entire connection of the system. So this is what we happen when I talk about chakra blockages. When a chakra is blocked, it means that the amount and quality of energy it produces and flowing through is highly reduced. So restoring the power of your chakras is about how you can take back control of your health and wellness by learning how to work with energy. So we're all aware of the physical body. This is the energetic body, the chakra system. And all about taking control of our life and our personal power. Now, energy. How's a chair invented? It comes with a thought, and that thought comes into action. That thought was energy. We are all energy. You can walk into a room and I'm sure all of you have looked at that person or come across that poor person coming from a space of compassion and non-judgment, that they're not giving out a very good energy. You've had gut feelings. I think in this day and age we're all becoming a lot more aware of energy and respecting our own energy and time. So thank you for yours. And healing the chakras, just a few little tips before I move on. I think I've exceeded my time. Think of the colours. Think of the areas where you may feel you may have a few blockages, and heal the chakras with colour. So eating chakra-coloured enriched foods, live foods full of life force energy such as fruits, vegetables, wearing that particular colour. If you've got a sore throat or blockages in the throat, wear a blue scarf or a blue dress, a blue jacket. Yoga is very good for unblocking the chakras. Walking, getting out in nature, meditation and pranayama. So if you'd like to explore any of those with me, we can have a chat in a few minutes. Or come and join any of my yoga or meditation classes here. One is tomorrow and the other one is on Tuesday. So again, thank you for listening. Apparently we have chakras in our ears as well. Well done.